Yes, because my students this year, a lot of my students honestly are coming from a lot. They're bringing a lot of baggage to school. Their home lives are not ideal. Um, and I mean, last year it was not like that. I feel
Right,
like for
yeah.
most of my students, they
Right.
went home to a stable house home with
Sure.
structure, and
Mhm.
even if their parents were divorced, it was still like pretty fluid and nice. And just
Right.
this year, I'm really seeing that like that's not it, and I feel very drawn to hear how they're feeling and give them tools to help them on
Right.
regulating their anger and
Yeah.
trying to prevent the anger from becoming external. And
Sure. Sure.
so it's something that I've realized that that's the aspect of teaching that I really, really love. I love
Yeah.
just talking to them and
Yeah.
getting to letting them get it all out.
Mhm.
So that's where I feel like I've been kind of up in the air. But then another part of me is like, I also love, like today we started a new book and reading the book with them and hearing their connections.
Yeah.
And so
Was it Sign of the Beaver? Is
Yes.
that what you were reading?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and that's, I mean, it's so fun. And we get into
Yeah.
like Greek mythology and Percy
Yeah.
Jackson. And all of that is so fun. And I love to see them like during the holidays light up and
Sure.
just
Yeah,
so many,
yeah.
like, it's so hard. I feel like
Yeah.
super torn.
It's so funny because like I mentioned to you before, I see so much of myself in your story. And
Yeah.
obviously I was a teacher for 10 years and I no longer teach. And
Yeah.
so I would never sit here and tell you that you need to continue to be a teacher.
Yeah.
But obviously, like I mentioned off camera, like schools struggle to keep great teachers. And so when you see a great teacher, it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
you want to cling. So I'm torn even having this conversation with you, but I guess the first step, I would just ask you to consider, as a teacher, you are in the best position to spend the most time and make the biggest impact with kids.
Yeah.
When I think about my job, excuse me, I make an impact, but I spend such little time with kids.
Yeah.
But I don't have kids waiting to eat lunch with me today. I don't have kids, so obviously
Yeah.
you have that impact, and
Yeah.
so just maybe consider, like, as much as you want to bring in that social emotional work into your profession, like, can you weave the two together
Yeah.
and still stay in the classroom and keep your love for
Yeah.
reading alive that you clearly have. But again, I don't think you should feel guilty if the answer to that question is no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I know you've mentioned counseling, school social work.
Yeah.
I think those would also be great paths for you. So yeah, as
Thank
someone who is has kind of sat where you're sitting, I think you're in a great position, because no matter where you go, you just have that calling that you're going to be successful. And I mean
Thanks.
that.
Thank you.
And so I hope that it's teaching long term, or
Yeah.
teaching for at least more than this year.
Yeah.
And I know that there are people here that would love to help you kind of navigate